right. All right. Boom, we are live. It's Chris Igoe Home Group, powered by Remax Direct, and it is April 17th. It is Friday. It is a great day in South Florida, and we are doing big things. We are getting stuff done. We are about to crank through the list here of the daily expireds, canceled, and FSBOs. I, of course, call that the triple-headed monster of leads. We are going to crank through that now. And today it's all about, it's today and every day, right? So yes, there's a pandemic. Yes, there's COVID. Yes, there's this. Yes, there's that. There's always an excuse. There's always something to distract you from winning the day. And our job is to get incredibly focused, incredibly granular in terms of our business and our life, and really key in onto what it is to win the day every day. And sometimes that'll change, right? So there's no right or wrong. There's no judgment around that. It's just creating intention within your business, within your life, and then checking the box every day, because the one who takes the most committed daily actions and repeats that every day consistently is going to continue to build momentum in their business and their life, and they're going to win. So that's what I'm looking to do now. That's what I'm looking to share with you. Hopefully you benefit from the experience, and me too, right? So let's go out there and let's do it. Okay, so I recently, what's up, Mark? I recently changed. So for a long time, I've been using Vulcan 7 data. I've been importing that into the Mojo dialer, and I do that because Vulcan has, at least my experience up to that point was Vulcan had the best data, and then Mojo has the best dialer. So I was importing Vulcan into the Mojo dialer and using their data. Only to question that recently because the data seemed, at least in my market, seemed very similar. So yesterday what I did was, as it was coming up for resubscription, I cut Vulcan and I just used Mojo data for the first time ever. And I am very likely going to cancel the Mojo data and resubscribe to Vulcan, because there is a tremendous amount of it looks as if there's a tremendous drop off in terms of data. And for whatever reason, I did not notice that before. So there's a ton of do not call numbers. There's no way for me to filter that out. There's no way for me to, there's just big chunks of missing numbers that I need to connect with. So nonetheless, for this dial session, it's going to be the Mojo data using the Mojo dialer. There's no wrong way to do this. And there are plenty of time. If I had no data right now, I would just go on to Zillow and I'd look at their FSBOs for free. And I'll probably do that later. I've got about an hour, actually less than an hour, before I've got to be somewhere. But for now, let's just get on the phone, because it's 8:30, and now is when you have the sweet spot of people actually answering their phone and not wanting to. My experience is, for the daily expireds, if you're not one of the first people to connect with them, then you're basically done, right? So they'll take the first call, they may take the second call. By the third call, they hate everyone that's calling. So typically, energetically, now that doesn't mean that you can't break through that. Doesn't mean that there's a bad time to call. I just mean, from a statistical advantage, you're more likely to have success being the first person to call than the last person to call. But I've also got several years of content of me doing it at any time during the day. So it's six of one, half dozen of another. All right, so let's go. What's up, Rocky? What's up, John? What's up, Sean? And if you find this content to be valuable, please do me a favor, click the link, join me over on YouTube. We're looking to build up that channel too, and help more people become more effective on the phones. All right, so without any further ado, let's just crank into the dialer. Got my delicious coffee over here. Got my wonderful So you must have a pen. You must have something to write with, and you should have your pitch in front of you. All right. So 792-8664, and away we go. Give me some volume. All right. All right. And as always, if you or anyone you know is even thinking about moving to South Florida ever, we are constantly helping buyers from around the country and around the world buy homes here in South Florida. We absolutely love it. So if you are... Hey, Mike, it's Chris Igoe with RE/MAX. I record my calls for training purposes. I noticed your property listing had expired in the MLS. I was curious, how on earth did the property not sell?
Sorry, who is this?
My name is Chris. I'm with RE/MAX. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, so I noticed you were on the market for about 364 days before the listing expired. Did you have any offers while you were listed?
Yeah. No, it was under construction.
Yeah.
Like massive construction while it was being listed. And the one agent wanted to list it. So I was like, all right, let's go, let's give it a shot. It doesn't matter, you know?
Yeah.
But now it's been trading, but yeah, so right now it's still, I would say 95% done, just some final landscape touches to be done, and that's it.
Sweet. I love it. How are you guys holding up here with the COVID virus going on?
Totally fine. I mean, it's kind of, life here is pretty normal. I'm from New Jersey, and it's terrible up there.
Yeah, no, it's rough. I got family up there, and it's they're just completely overwhelmed. It's rough. Are you down here now, or are you up north?
I am here.
Okay, cool. Well, let me ask you this. If you knew absolutely for certain that by doing businesses with us, two things would happen. One, the property would sell. Two, you'd end up with significantly more money, bottom line, than you could get any other way. Now, I know that's a big promise, but would you at least want to hear more about it? Be honest.
If it's going to be listed, so I'm going to list it myself.
Okay.
I got my license about a year ago.
Mm-hmm.
And worked with Douglas Elliman in Wellington.
Oh, awesome. I love it. So let me ask you this. It's
probably my best bet, I think.
Sure. Well, I'll tell you my claim to fame. Just so you know, I'm with RE/MAX Direct. We've got 6 offices down here in South Florida. We've sold 15,000 homes since 2008. We're averaging 1 a day. My claim to fame is I'm top 11 in the state of Florida. I get 98.2% a list. I do that in an average of 40 days. Let me ask you, would it offend you if I ran an analysis on the property as it relates to price and emailed it to you?
No, that'd be awesome.
Fantastic. What's your best email address?
M as in Michael.
Yes.
R as in Richard.
Yeah.
My last name Desiderio.
Got it. Okay. Can you hear me?
Sorry, my phone hit you. So M as in Michael, R as in Richard. My last name Desiderio.
Yep.
At ymail.com.
Ymail, outstanding. And the number that I just called you on is your cell phone?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So here's what I'm going to do if it meets with your approval. When we hang up, I'm going to text you my contact information so that you have it. If you would, please just save it in your phone. I know you're getting a lot of phone calls from other realtors. I want you to remember who I am when I call you back. In the interim, I'll run an analysis as it relates to price. I'll email that to you. And let me ask you, is it possible to set you up with a Zoom conference call where I can show you exactly how we find the one buyer on planet Earth willing to pay more than anybody else?
Sure.
Awesome. Do you have time this afternoon at 2 or 5? Which is better for you?
I would say 5 o'clock is better.
Outstanding. All right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set you up with a Zoom conference call for 5. Prior to that, you'll get my as soon as we hang up, I'll send you my text contact information, and I'll look forward to meeting with you then. Now, let me ask you: when we do sell the property and get you more money than you ever thought possible, will you do an amazing testimonial and tell everybody what a great job we did?
For sure.
Outstanding. I love it. All right, Mike, you've been a perfect gentleman. I'll see you today at 5. Right.
So it's got a full 100 by 200 irrigated arena. It's got, I mean, it's, if you do it just off the comps that have sold property-wise and everything, it doesn't really do it justice, you know?
Yeah. Okay. So what else can you tell me about the property that would help me price it better?
So the house is fully renovated. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. I redid the floors last year because the wood was just, I didn't like the way the wood was working with the dirt and everything, so I put tile down so it's easier to keep clean.
Mm-hmm.
The barn is got 1,000 square feet of under air, living quarters upstairs, 2 bedrooms, 1 full bath, and it's got a 300 square foot balcony out overlooking the barn.
Wow.
And then it's got 2 wash stalls, 2 grooming stalls, a laundry room with 3 washers, 3 dryers, a half bath downstairs, an 8-foot by 8-foot closet for all the horse, basically all the horse blankets and everything.
Mm.
Then it's got then it's got a 12 by 24 foot tack room, 10 horse stalls, and my mom's car.
Yeah, no problem. Well, listen, it sounds unbelievable. Now, you mentioned that you were about 95% done. When do you think the entire project will be completed? I think he said he had to click over because his mom was calling in. This is a $3.6 million equestrian home in Wellington. It's nice. Also,
Sorry about that.
yeah, no problem.
So, like I said, so the laundry room, the closet, 12 by 24, air conditioned tack room, office, kitchenette area, 10 horse stalls, a feed room, and then it's got a 18-foot by 18-foot tractor utility storage room at the back. All fully irrigated. The whole property is fully irrigated. I put in a separate well for irrigation, so you're not pulling from the canals. It's about $100,000 in irrigation. And then paddocks and all wood fencing. And yeah, it's done. It's hurricane proof. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, no, it sounds unbelievable.
It's a fortress.
So let me ask you, you mentioned that you were like 95% completed. When do you expect the entire project to be done?
So with everything going on right now with the virus and everything,
yeah,
inspections are holding off, everything's being held off. So I would say, I mean, tentatively it should be a month, but it's probably going to be more like 3 or 4 now.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
And also, I forgot, I put a $60,000 whole brand new septic system in last year with 2 pump stations and everything.
Sweet.
It's like fully.
So you've got a full compound fortress going on there, right?
Yeah. So it's hard. Like the pictures don't do it justice.
Right.
That they took prior to anything.
Mm-hmm.
When I bought it, it had 85 oak trees that we had to take down.
Oh wow!
Because it was an old oak tree farm, so I had to go through 9 months of special permission to move the trees and all that stuff. So it's been a project probably over 3 years.
Mm.
And the whole property's wrapped in Lucie, and the pictures don't do it justice online. That's
Yeah. So I am curious though. Now, obviously, I understand why it was on the market for as long as it was without any real action. Did you have any offers, or what was that like in terms of your experience? Were you getting any activity?
Nothing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nothing. Just because they priced it, the realtor at the time priced it like it was finished.
Right. So let me ask you.
I think right now it would probably trade at 3.2.
That was my next question. What do you think a buyer would pay for it?
I think in a good market, obviously. Today, this month, probably not.
Yeah.
In a good market, if you're talking 6 or 8 months ago and it was fully done, probably 3.2 would pay that.
Yeah.
If you look at any other comps, like there's one down the road, it's got a little bit more land and it's sold for thirds, but it was a total renovation. It was a total redo, and there's one on the road now that's 3.6. That's got a little bit more stalls, but the house is very dated and the barn doesn't really work. It's not functional.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Well, this is my plan. We're gonna get off the phone. I'll text you my contact information, and I look forward to speaking with you tonight on Zoom at 5.
You got it. Thank you so
all right,
much.
my friend. Have a good day. Bye.
Talk to you soon. Thanks. You too. Bye.
All right. So let us update his email into the system and put a note to do the things I just said I was going to do, and then meet with him on the Zoom tonight at 5. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. ymail.com. Okay, so we have updated that. We are putting him on an action plan. We are going to set an appointment for today at 5. Zoom call. And send him text. Okay. Let's set the task. Send text. This is high priority. Okay. All right, there we go. You're not getting audio. I wasn't talking. I'm talking now. Let's go.
Sorry, the number you have reached is not in service.
Oh, that's
Please
no
check
bueno.
the number.
Oh man, we got a full house in here. We got 8 people watching. We got Sean. We got Kyle. We got Mike McDonald, the man in the house. Thank you guys for watching. And if you guys find this content to be valuable, then please like it, share it, tell a friend, and more importantly, click the link to join me on YouTube, because we're really trying to blow up that platform. All right.
Sorry, the party you are trying to reach has not set up voicemail on 5084.
Well, that's unfortunate. All right, so we're just cranking through the list. I uploaded 171 of the most recent expireds in the system. And again, this is not the data that I'm used to calling. I usually use Vulcan. I'm testing out Mojo because it was a little bit cheaper. And thus far,
Your call has been forwarded.
I don't like it.
Automatic message system 5.
A lot of it's blocked out.
5831 is not
A
available.
lot of it's blocked out. A lot of it is incomplete. And it's funny because I had Vulcan and I had Mojo data, and comparing the two. Hello.
Boss, you got her.
We're dropping voicemails on everybody. So, and just a quick looking through the data, it looked the same, but now when I change the settings, it turns out that it's not.
Your call has been forwarded to an automatic voice message system.
I'm very likely going to switch that back over again today because I do have I think there's like a 5-day grace period. So I will routinely call numbers that other people don't. Also, it looks like I've lost the functionality to be able to sort this by price point. So I probably need to spend some time in the system learning the product a little bit better. But hello, it's Chris Igoe with Remax. I record my calls for training purposes. My records indicate that your property is for sale by owner. Is that true? You all right? Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? You all right? My man? All right. And we're cranking through the list.
Thank you for calling the AFCO Credit Corporation Pittsburgh office.
Oh, you're welcome. Hello, this is Chris Igoe with Remax. I record my calls for training purposes. I noticed your property listing had expired in the MLS. I was curious, how on earth did the property not sell? Ooh, you hung up. I'll call you right back. If you want to hang up. So here's a little trick. When they hang up on you, call them right back. They hang up on me, I call them right back. And then they hang up on me again.
Hi, this is Piao. I'm not available right now. Please leave your name and message.
All righty then. All right, I've got 5 minutes before I have to leave the house to go somewhere. So let's see, if 5 minutes left, can I set an appointment? Can I set an appointment in 5 minutes? I think I can. Let's see what happens. The pressure's on.
You have reached mailbox number 47532899998. After leaving a message.
I'll leave a message. All right. So far, I will tell you, I am not a big fan of Mojo's data as a standalone product. I am a huge fan of their dialer, but in terms of the data quality, not a huge fan.
You have reached the voicemail box of 3054.
Drop a message on you. Oh, 3 minutes left. Let's go. Come on now.
Call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. 95470799317. is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you finish,
Okay.
9 7
Drop a
3
message
9
on that
9
ass.
4 1 8 7.
Yeah, buddy, we're just smashing through the list. And that's what we're doing. So what I will tell you is, in this time of pause, sharpen your blade. Every day, sharpen your blade. So if that means increasing your role play and getting your skills sharper on the phone, that's obviously a critical thing to do. More importantly, trump up your video game. Trump up your social media game. Trump up your ability. Are you allowed to say trump up anymore without it being political? Sharpen your blade. That was not meant to be a political statement. It was meant to be just, listen, focus on the things you can control. As my friend Mike McDonald, if you're still there listening, this is a shout out to you. Control the controllables. And there is tremendous granularity that you can find within your own business and your day to win the day, right? So if, I've had an issue with my voice here for the last couple of weeks, actually for longer than that. So I've had to take some time off from direct. Hello, this is Chris Igoe with Remax. I record my calls for training purposes. I noticed your property listing had expired in the MLS. I was curious, how on earth did the property not sell? I will pause there for a second. Now, what you might have noticed in that call, so I always want to mirror and reflect exactly how they sound to me back to them. So for example, I can be very loud, I can be very aggressive, I can have a lot of vocal swagger. So if somebody gets on the phone and they're very aggressive with their tone, I can match them very quickly energetically. With that particular person, she answered the phone and she was very, very meek. She hung up on me anyway. But for me to have any kind of real ability to connect with her, I've got to connect with her first, vocally, right? So she answered the phone very mild. Hello. I answered the same way. I want to match them as much as humanly possible and mirror and reflect back to them exactly what they're coming to me with. So if they are low energy and they're quiet, I'm going to match them the exact same way. If they're aggressive and loud, I'm going to match them the exact same way. And those are things that you can practice now, and just improve on every day, because the more you mirror and reflect them, the more you're going to be in rapport, the easier it is. It's going to be able to connect with them and eventually convert them when you ask them for the appointment. But people like people who sound like them. So that was all that was right there in real time. Nonetheless, so that's, I got to jump. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to stop the style session. But yeah, let me just finish the thought. So go out there, sharpen your blade, control the controllables. Like for me, I've had to take some time off from using my voice. So I'm sharpening my blade with social media. I'm sharpening my blade with video. I'm sharpening my blade with other ways to continue to connect with people, get them to know me, like me, trust me, and know that I'm in the real estate business, and then be able to connect with them on a very high level. So the more that you do that, the more you add to the top of your sales funnel, the more your business will grow. And now is the best time to be able to do that on a daily basis, whether it's the phone, video, social media, whatever. But every day, continue to seek improvement, continue to level up 1% better every day, and your life changes over time. So go out there, win the day, win the week, win the year. If there's anything I can do to help, you know where to find me. And if you or anyone you know is even thinking about moving to South Florida, we are constantly helping buyers from around the country and around the world buy homes in South Florida. We absolutely love it. We service all of South Florida, from Jupiter all the way down to Miami and everything in between. So Boca, Delray, Coral Springs, Boynton Beach, Lake Worth, Fort Lauderdale, West Palm, you name it, we service it. We'll get your clients exactly what they want. We'll get them the best terms possible, and we'll pay you a FAT referral if it's applicable. So again, you know where to find me. Go out there, get some, and let's go crush Friday.